Welcome, Legend. Today I want to talk to you guys about what is sports performance and how can you improve your own sports performance. So we'll define what sports performance is first, and the way we kind of look at it is to improve your sports performance, you're thinking about improving your skill from a specific point of view, so the skills that are involved in the sport when you're playing and training, and improving your athleticism that is required to compete in the sport. Now, ideally with this athleticism, we're trying to get the absolute best transfer to these sport-specific skills. So this is where we kind of come in. We're never really going to be involved with the sports-specific training because that's not our role. That's not our lane. That's not what we've trained in. It's good for us to understand what is required in the sports and understand the physiology and the different movements and the mechanics, and then even some tactical things. But realistically, our input is very minimal. We just need to understand what is required of the athlete and potentially how, from an athletic standpoint, we might be able to help. So, the equation that we're going to really work on is improving athleticism. So when we're thinking athleticism, we're thinking speed, power, agility, strength, and conditioning. We can obviously tie in some other things like flexibility and mobility, but realistically, the big main ones that we can see a really good transfer onto the field, court, pool, whatever sport that you play, we want to see some good transfer from what we do in the gym and what we do on the track into a competition area. So it's key that when we start and we're looking to improve our sports performance, our athleticism, we need to first test. So it's important to test all these areas. Test your speed, test your power, test your agility, test your strength, and test your conditioning. Try and do it in a relatively specific way, and what I mean by that is, if you're really only sprinting 10 meters at most in your sport, probably only test something that's 10 to 20 meters. Don't test 100 meters. There's no point. You're never going to run 100 meters. That's not going to be a good number for you to measure your athleticism that is transferable to your sport. We want to measure all these different things: power, agility, strength, conditioning, in as specific way as possible. It doesn't have to be the absolute definition. So strength is one of those tricky ones where it's just like, all right, I run. I need single leg strength. Let's test a split squat or a rear foot elevated split squat. You don't necessarily have to test your strength in a very, very specific sporting manner. That'll come just from training. You will know whether you're getting better. If anything, I would leave that up to the sporting coach himself. If he wanted to coach you how to be stronger in certain positions that are specific to the sport, because it might be more of a tactical ploy or a body positioning ploy than it is actual physical strength. Me as the coach, though, I'm trying to give you the best possible base of your athleticism so that when you go back to the sports coach, he can kind of do whatever he wants with you and do it at a higher level. We also need these results and testing metrics to potentially train and then retest. And the retesting can give us an indicator of whether we're improving our athleticism. It's very tricky to kind of quantify and define, I want to be more athletic. But we can do it with certain metrics, and we can set standards and then kind of give ourselves a rating via these standards. Once we've kind of got these metrics, we need to set a goal. And we're using the test results to set goals, because the test results will kind of give us an inkling of what we're quite good at and what we're not so good at. So we can use these results to set a goal that might be focusing on something that we're not quite good at or something that we really want to improve, because we can see if we improve in that area, that'll actually improve our overall athleticism. It's important to remember, though, that we want a balanced program. So realistically, if you're an athlete, we still want to be working on all things at the same time: speed, power, agility, strength, and conditioning. They're just done at different ratios and with different focuses. So depending on your testing results, you might focus on an area more so than another, but you're not going to completely drop off one of the other areas. This is actually referred to as concurrent training, or training multiple areas at once. We're just biasing, shifting our focus a little bit more to one area and trying to keep the other one just going. If we can see small improvements in that other area, then great. If we don't, as long as it stays good because it is a strong point of ours, then that's great. So if that stays there and then we pick this other one up, we can assume that our overall athleticism has improved. Hopefully that's helped, guys. Thanks for that.